3, 2, 1.
Parley with Destiny J.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Parley with Destiny J, and I'm Destiny J. And of course, you know, for those who aren't familiar, on this show we just talk about random stuff that's happening in the world, mostly centered around pop culture and social issues and health and consciousness. But today, like last episode, it's a little different now. We have a special guest here that I was very, very intrigued by. I was very impressed by his amount of knowledge, and he's so young. And we have today Young Pharaoh. So, Young Pharaoh.
Yes. Peace, man. What's going on?
So just to kind of start us off, for those who may not be so familiar with you as I am, can you tell us about what you do and why you do it?
All right. Well, there's a myriad of things I do, but to keep it simple, I teach that the black woman is God, and I teach that the black woman is God in regards to restoring the psychological original state, or the psychological mentality of African people back to its original state, which is matriarchal or matrilineal in regards to our processing system. So we understand that before slavery, all of Africa was matrilineal, which, long story short, for those of you who may not know the difference between a patrilineal and a matrilineal system is a maternal system which is led by feminine energy, aka the woman leads the nation, city, country, etc. A patrilineal system is the exact opposite of that. It's a system that's led by masculine energy, where the man leads the nation, city, country, etc. So with that being said, Africa was a matrilineal system because we lived according to nature. Hence, the atomic structure of all physical material is made up of atoms. Atoms create elements. Elements are predicated upon the exchange of electrons. Electrons are negative energy. In science, positive and negative does not mean good or bad. It means masculine and feminine. So the universe is building predicated upon feminine energy. All things in life start off as feminine. All things in life start off in a feminine form before they even take a masculine form. Even humans, all males even start off as females for the first 5 to 13 weeks of pregnancy. So you don't even start to become a boy until about the 5th week of a woman's pregnancy. So with that being said, this is about restoring African people to their proper format of psychology, so that we can start to respect and view each other and treat each other, for the most part, in our proper manners and forms, which we are supposed to. So the reason that the black race is out of whack or out of tune is because we have an improper relationship with each other. If we're lions and we know we're lions, we shouldn't be acting like lizards. If so, the lion's kingdom would be destroyed and oppressed by its own mannerisms. This is what's going on with the black community. The black man is trying to imitate the European man and live under a psychological conformity that is not our own. And this is why the black man is out of whack or out of tune with the black woman. And the black woman is looking for the black man to be a dominating force, but in the mannerisms of a European, which causes her to indirectly uphold and accept and allow white supremacy. So by teaching the black woman is God, this is a direct attack, you can say, towards religions, which were created by the European oppressors, as well as the false ideologies, hip-hop, anything that causes black people to become dysfunctional. And I back this teaching not just with a philosophical standpoint or a psychological standpoint, but also with genetic proof, anthropological proof, astrological proof, and any other field of science that we can go into without me even naming them all. I can show you where the black woman was first and how the black woman is God, being generator, organizer, or dispenser of all reality on a mental, physical, and spiritual basis.
Wow. That is basically what I gathered from all your videos, and that's why I felt that it was very, very important for me to reach out to you and for me to have a conversation with you, because I feel the same way. I feel like we're, as black people, not treating each other like we should. and we're not respecting each other like we should. And, you know, what is it going to take for this to happen? So I am very, very I'm just at a loss for words about how much knowledge that you possess, and how I feel in my spirit that it's right, because you always say, you know, do your research, and as sure as it is, sure as my name is what it is there. It's out there for anybody to look at. I feel like, you know, I'm just so impressed. But my first question to you is going to be basically for people who work a everyday 9 to 5, like ordinary people. How would you tell them to like maneuver and try to be free, I guess, mentally free and out of the matrix? Like, how would you tell them to maneuver in the matrix when they have to be there because they depend on the livelihood from a job? Like, how would you tell people to deal with that situation? How are they supposed to maneuver, and how are they supposed to be able to be consciously and psychologically free but still have to be in this matrix, if that makes any sense?
That makes sense. I understand exactly what you're saying. And it depends. That question is so important, and I've actually dwelled on that question for a long time now. It depends on what specific person we're talking about. Are we talking about them as an individual? Are we talking about them in regards to their community? What is the form of community that they live in? Because that question actually doesn't have a one foundational answer. And by that I mean, 1 + 1 is 2. That's all across the board. That question right there can only be answered predicated upon the person who we're suggesting it to. Because even when you say working a job, what kind of job? Are you at McDonald's? Are you stripping? Are you a banker? Are you a teacher? Because all of these things play a part in the psychological state of that person, which will cause them to have to handle their experience a little bit differently opposed to the next black person. You follow me?
Mm-hmm.
So to that I would say, for one, try to pick a job that doesn't allow you so much to sell your soul, if that makes sense. Right. So if you see, black people have to learn how to be content again. See, and when we live in, and the reason I say content is because we all want nice things, but we live in a society that only gives you nice things if you do self-degradational acts. So everybody in America who has nice things are the most wickedest people spiritually. All the rappers, all the basketball players, football players, even the white bankers, all crooks or all self-oppressed in some form. So when we're dealing with black people, we have to understand that when we talk about being conscious, this is something that you are. This is not something that's cute. This is not a trend. This is not this is popping for the summer. No, trees are conscious all their damn lives. Flowers are conscious. Conscious just means to be tapped into the cosmic level of awareness. So with that being said, when we're dealing with black people have to learn to be content. If I'm going to put myself in somebody's shoes. If I was a black person living normally, like I once was, I would get a job that nobody wants to go to work. So it's really impossible for me to say get a job that you like doing, because no, this is not natural.
Right. So
I'm going to say get a job that you're willing to do. And it's not going to drain you internally too much, and that you can make a decent living. And off of that job, I would say that you spend as much time and money investing into your children. If not your own children, nieces or nephews, anybody younger than you in the family or the community who you see actual potential in, and help to pave a way for them to where they can go to another level over you. For example, if you, let's say, work for, what's the average job? Okay, the average black person that I know is either a CNA nurse. Let's say you're a CNA nurse, or you work at a phone collections agency or some type of call center.
Mm-hmm.
When you're not at work for those 8 hours, you should be dealing with the child. All the time that you spend trying to run to the club, trying to watch Love and Hip Hop, all of that bullshit, excuse my language.
Nope.
You should be all right, you should be spending trying to work with the child. and elevate a child. And also all the money that you're throwing away. And we're not saying don't enjoy yourself. We're not saying that. But we're saying the money that you throw away. Because let's just be serious here. Black people drink, they smoke, they go to strip clubs, they buy $300, $400 shoes that they only wear one time. That's throwing away money. All the money that we throw away, we could be saving. So that way when a young man or a young woman becomes 16 and it's time for them to get their first car, they don't got to go sell drugs or rob somebody to get it. Because all the damn money that we spent on Jordans, instead of buying Jordans, we bought a decent sneaker and we invested into our own children so that they can have a way. Mm-hmm. So the reason I'm saying this is because we have to understand you're not living for you. You're living for that which is coming up under you. That is the true process of the universe. Selflessness, not selfishness. So we have to stop even believing that we're living for us as adults. Every adult on the planet Earth has an obligation to a child, whether they have a child or not. Every child on the planet, every black child, let me be blunt, every black child, every black adult has an obligation to a black child. So the first advice I would give somebody that's working a job, how to live within the system, is understand that you're living to create a generation who can overcome the system, not have to live in it like you. So we have to stop raising kids to just integrate and start creating children that can override. So we can't do that until we ourselves become content. And this comes back to my initial answer. The reason I say content is because we live in a country that hates us, but yet you can still get on Section 8 and get food stamps, which means a homeless person over here is better off than somebody with money in a third world country. So black people are not really messed up as we think we are. We're just discontent. Because if everybody that was on Section 8 and food stamps was content with actually getting by day to day and spent the time that they spent doing illegal activity trying to get rich, reading and bettering themselves, we would have a intelligent race of geniuses and warriors in literally 30 days. So black people have to reiterate what they think is wrong with them. Because let's say we all say, okay, things are not natural. Let's go back to nature. Okay, if we go back to nature, guess how you're going to be living? Just like somebody that's on food stamps in Section 8. You're going to be living day to day off what the land can provide. The land ain't going to give you 1,000,000 apples because that's what you want. It's going to give you 100, and you're going to have to be conservative. The land ain't going to rain when you want it to rain. So you're going to have to be conservative with your rainwater. So if we really go back to living natural, black people are going to be living just exactly how the hell they living now. So I don't understand why they think that they living in a means of oppression when really we actually have the advantage. See, white people have to work and go to work and pay the bills and pay for them expensive ass cars. Black people ain't got to do that. All we got to do is sit up in our house and sit on our ass all day. Now we look at that like that's something bad, but really we should be taking full advantage of it because we have more free time. And with this free time, we could be exercising, doing yoga, reading books, and ascending to where we can become an advanced race. And all the money that we do get, save it and elicit it to the children. So my advice for anybody that's working is I can't really give you a direct answer because I don't know you. I don't know where you came from. I don't know your childhood. I don't know why you working your job. I don't know why you doing what you're doing. So I can't really give a all-around answer, but I can put you in the right direction. Whatever you're doing, you should be subconsciously taking at least 10% of that and getting ready to put it towards the race, specifically the children. Not shoes, not purses, not bags, not weave, not nails, not the retarded shit that we buy. So, that would be my advice. If you want to live, how do you live within the system? You don't live within the system. You subconsciously get ready to take it over. It's like Nat Turner. When Nat Turner was a slave, he knew what he was going to do one day. So in his mind, he was never a slave. He was just dealing with his circumstance until he had his chance and he took it. Right. That's what black people need to be trying to do. Stop trying to live in the system and integrate in the system. It ain't never going to goddamn work. We need to be just playing the game until we get our chance and we can take it. That's my only advice. So if you living in the system and you trying to actually figure out how to make this more comfortable for you, you off the wrong track. You on the wrong track. Or you already lost. Period. You ain't even a threat to white supremacy. Period.
Well, I think that's some great advice, and I myself, am taking that advice. I have 2 children, and I'm raising my children different than the way that I was raised because as an adult and me coming into consciousness, I've seen a lot of things, when I look back at my life that were not right and that should have never even been allowed to happen, and I don't think that it's going to change in my lifetime, but I tried to change it within my children. I do homeschool my children. I have a 2-year-old and I have a 7-year-old, or 8-year-old. She's 8 now. But I homeschool them. I have no desire to even put them in the system again. I don't trust the system. I tried it. It didn't work. And I've been homeschooling ever since. And my daughter is in the 2nd grade. So I myself am taking that advice. And I think that it's beneficial for the children. People have reasons, their own reasons for why they do what they do, and that's fine. But if you're really trying to better yourself and better the situation for your children, I think that is the way to do it. So I totally agree with that. So
that's right.
My next, I'll tell you about an experience I had. I was in T-Mobile, and it was probably about 7 years ago. I was in T-Mobile. And I had a moment where everything kind of slowed down for me. And I felt like everything around me was not real. I felt like everyone was acting robotic. Everyone was acting the same. And I was amongst these people. And I think that was the moment that I realized that I was in the Matrix for real. I was able to see things for what they really were. And I was like, everybody is standing in line for this stupid phone. And I'm standing in line with them for this stupid ass phone that I don't need. But then I started breaking things down for myself. And I'm like, okay, why am I here? Oh, because I saw the commercials. Why did I see the commercials? Oh, because I have cable. Why do I have cable? Because I want to be like everybody else and watch TV and watch what they want to do. So that was my moment that I truly realized that I'm in the fucking Matrix. So do you remember what moment you had or what moment you realized the shit wasn't real around you and that you had to do something about it?
Honestly, Queen, I had that damn moment. I just had that moment this morning, dealing with some family. So I've had that moment so much I can't even pinpoint when it was. But I will say, when I was a child, what always used to get me was people I wouldn't say as a child I knew what the word occult or secret society was, but I could say I knew what the experience was of a majority of a people willing to get upset or potentially violent towards you having a thought outside of what they want you to think. And in this instance, I'm going into religion, Christianity. As a kid, I noticed how everybody was so caught up on white Jesus in church. And even though I was like 6 years old, my mind has always been advanced. And I remember noticing, it's still to this day, my grandma has a picture of white Jesus. And I remember being a kid saying, well, he's white, Mm-hmm. And what really hit me even more was on Christmas, they took the white Santa Claus out and they got the black Santa Claus. I don't know if you ever seen it, but you remember the black Santa Claus and you hit the button and it do the dance, yep. The jingle bell, right? Right. They got us that one. And I remember saying, to myself, if you're going to replace the white Santa Claus with black, why ain't you replacing the white God? So I started to question that God. And, I got so many whoopings. Oh my goodness, I can't tell you how many times I got popped in church and all of that. So for me, what really turned me off was, what really made me realize everybody was zombified was the fact that they were afraid to deviate due to a question. I wasn't coming with nuclear weapons in the army saying do this. All I was saying was, who? Like I remember when I was a kid, I said, if God is real, then who's God, mommy or daddy? Now right. That's a standard question for a child. I got my ass whooped. So off of that question, it was like, oh my goodness, like damn, like this God person, whoever this person is, he got the game on lock right now. He got the game. You can't even question him. So with that being said, when I was a child, I started to see how my family was doing things because it was a trend, just as you said, not because it's what they believe, but because they was under peer pressure from deviation. So they went to church because everybody went to church, not even because you wanted to go to church, because even people who go to church will account that before you get there, all you do is talk shit before you get there. You talk shit about how you're gonna be late. You talk shit about what you're gonna wear. You talk shit about how you wasn't gonna come, but the only reason you're coming because of this. So if you got all these reasons not to go, what the hell is you really going for? So
Right.
I started to see that my family, specifically the adults, were followers, and they did things out of it being a trend. Even what you eat at a barbecue, you only eat it because that's where everybody eat. And if you go to somebody's barbecue and you say, "Hey, grill these fruits," or saute this, they're gonna look at you like you're crazy. Not because they have an intellectual premise that meat is healthier than vegan food, but because they're looking at you like, "Oh, you're not down with the get down? Like, what are you talking about? We don't do that over here." Same way if you'd have went in that store and whatever phone that was, if you'd have told somebody, "Hey, just use this," they'll look at you like you was crazy. When the new Jordans come out, if you go in there and tell them, "Hey, buy these Nikes, they're cheaper," they're gonna look at you like you crazy. Not because what you're saying actually doesn't make logical sense, but because it's not it's not what's popping right now. So when I was a kid, I was able to see that early, and I was able to notice, my family is full of shit, and they only doing this because everybody else is doing this. Because even though I was getting whoopings, they didn't beat the intelligence out of me, because that's what a lot of parents want to do. They want to beat the left hemisphere of the brain out of the child. They want to beat the logic out of the child, and they start trying to deem you as a bad child, as they call it. Oh, you ask too many questions. Oh, you in grown folk business. Oh, you got a smart mouth. No, I'm just a child and I have common sense. So with that being said, they never was able to do that to me. So after a while, I just stopped questioning them to them. But in the back of my mind, I would just be like, okay, y'all are some flunkies. Like, y'all all don't even, y'all can't give me a valid reason to why y'all doing what y'all do. And as a child, I was able to say, okay, well, y'all just do it because y'all think it's cute.
That's crazy. But that is similar. That and there I can see some similar parallels with your situation in my life, because I feel the same way about my family. I feel like they full of shit too, and I feel like they only doing things in that I'm socially not accepted amongst my family because I'm going against the grain. And the way that I teach my children, like I don't do vaccines with my children, but they have an issue with it. I don't, you know what I'm saying? And I have issues with my family thinking that they know, but they don't know. How do you know that not vaccinating your children or your child is going to do more harm if you don't have a child that's not vaccinated?
Let me say this. Let me add on top, because what you just said is like one of my biggest pet peeves. I hate people who think they know and don't know what the hell they talk about. And if you one of them people and you happen to hear this, please shut your ass up next time you get ready to have a moment. Because even what you said, if you ask a parent right now, okay, do you think vaccinating your child is safe? If they say yes, tell them to say, okay, what's safe about the vaccination? And I don't care what answer they give you. After they done give you the answer, say, tell me every chemical element, natural and unnatural, that is composed within a vaccine. Tell me the amount. Tell me how much it weighs, and tell me where it was manufactured at, and who created it, and who was the motherfucker that came up with the idea to create this specific vaccination. They won't be able to answer one of those goddamn questions that you ask. But then, once you bring them to this understanding, you can use that to let them know you're a follower and you're a sheep, because you believe this vaccination is safe because the white man said it, the government said it, but you yourself can't tell me shit about what you're injecting into yourself or your child. So this goes back to show you, this goes back to piggyback off of what you said. People always want to think they know what they're talking about, because if the European agrees with you, you feel like you got some clout. And this comes back to slavery, like the black police officer. All black police know that the police force is corrupt, but since the white man backing them, they think they're important. Oh, I'm a police officer. No, you're a nigger just like me too. And if you kill somebody, your ass gonna go to jail. He not, but you are. So you gotta understand, we gotta understand, we still subconsciously looking for the white man to put a stamp of approval on us. And we willing to agree with so many of his bullshit, not even just religion, with vaccination, with his dietary suggestions, with what the fuck we should be wearing. Now everybody wearing skinny jeans and purses. It's like, all because he said it's cool. We have to get rid. This is why we coming back to the black woman is God. We have to come back to the psychological approval of what we think is cool. And if not us, at least goddamn, what the black woman is cool. I'd rather do what black women psychologically think is cute than what the white man think is cute. It's just we coming to a point now where it's wake up or die in your sleep. See, a lot of people think they're gonna stay asleep forever, but people forget you die in your sleep, or you can go into a coma. See, when we talk about sleep, It's different levels of sleep. Our people ain't just, some waking up. I would like to say 70% of the black race over the age of 26 is in a coma. Like it ain't that ain't just no waking them up. You know what I'm saying? They're in a coma, a self-induced coma at that. And it all boils down to one word: comfortability. See, a lot of the number one reason people don't want to change is because they're comfortable. Why would I want to? If I'm a pastor and I'm making $100,000 a month at my church, and I'm living out my individual fantasies and agendas. I'm having sex with multiple women in my church. That's something most men always wanted to do. I'm buying an expensive ass car. That's something most men always wanted to do. I'm buying excessive amounts of jewelry. That's something most men wanted to do. And I get to feel like I'm important because I get to say God put me in this position. Why the fuck would I stop telling people? I mean, why would I stop that and start telling people the truth when I'm getting all my personal rocks off? So a lot of people don't want to change because they're comfortable. Why would a drug dealer stop selling drugs when the scales of my yacht is unbalanced or his conscious? So him selling drugs and poisoning the community, to him consciously, that's a pebble compared to all of the luxuries that he personally gets off of that. Same thing with women. Why would she stop stripping and degrading herself and give up the Gucci bags and give up the hair and give up the nails and give up the why would they stop doing that? So you got to understand, our people are comfortably sick. We're not even at the point no more where we don't know. We know now. We motherfucking know. It's just we're comfortable. So it comes back to self-hypnosis. This is why people got to study psychology. The black race is self-hypnotized. Just like white people believe that they're better than everybody and they're self-hypnotized and they write these lying-ass stories. Black people are self-hypnotized to believe that what we're doing, we have to do it because that's the only way we can get what we want. When really, that's just an excuse, because what we really trying to say is, I'm having too much fun being in my ego. I'm getting to do shit I always wanted to do, and my excuse for doing it is to act like I have no other choice. So, our problems is psychological. It's hella psychological. Mm-hmm. And bringing it back to the vaccine, that's a psychological problem. That's not an intellectual problem. Because anybody with common sense, you don't even got to be a scientist. Anybody with common sense would never eat no shit that they didn't know. If I went to a restaurant and gave you a menu and told you, do you want to order this meal? What is it called? We don't know. What's in it? We don't know. But it's $10.99. You want it? You going to say hell no because I don't know what I'm eating. You going to say hell no. Oh, yeah, and this is a mystery drink. We blended some shit. We don't know. We found the liquids outside and blended it. Would you drink it? No. But then when we say, would you shoot this vaccine and inject it directly into your circulatory system so that can go right to your heart and your brain and you don't know what's in it? Yup, hell yeah, I would, because the doctor said. So we have a hell of a problem as black people. We have a hell of a problem, but it's our problem. We can't even keep blaming the European no more. Like I say, I don't want nobody to think I'm letting him off the hook. It's his fault just as much as it's our fault. But we can no longer continue to not take responsibility for being willfully ignorant. We at the point now where we like the shit. It ain't no excuse. You don't get into a relationship that's abusive and don't leave because you don't like it. You like the shit because nobody does nothing that they don't like. You don't put on clothes that you don't like. If I went and bought you a goddamn clown outfit and told you to wear this shit out to your wedding, you wouldn't wear it because you don't like it. So nobody does shit they don't like. Black people gotta stop. We gotta stop lying to ourselves and stop hypnotizing ourselves and acting like this shit is happening because it has to happen. No, we doing shit to ourselves because we didn't convinced ourselves that we gonna suffer the lesser evil for the greater good when really we taking on the greater evil for a lesser good. So that's what the problem with people is who think that they know what they talking about, don't know what the fuck they talking about. Really, what they doing is they're giving themselves an excuse to do some stupid shit because they lazy and they comfortable being where they at.
Right. I totally agree with that. Totally agree. Because that seems to be the common thing amongst all the stupid shit that people say. That is the common thing. They just want to do it, and they don't have no real reason for it. So they'll make up some bullshit and try to sell it to you, and some people buy it, and it's sad. It's sad because all you got to do is think just a little bit. Think about what the fuck you're doing, and you'll see that it just doesn't make any sense. But that's why my family, I don't think they can rock with me because I make them make sense, and people don't like when they feel backed into a corner. People don't like that feeling, and then they start getting aggressive, and I'm just trying to make it make sense. That's
right.
That's my whole reason, And if it don't make sense to me, then I'm not gonna do it. But people are people, and unfortunately, everybody has family members that are like that.
I think that we need to redefine the word family as well, because family is not a genetic relationship. No, nigga, that's just gene. That's genetics. Family is a psychological stance of agreement in how we're going to interact with each other. That's family. So I think that we need to stop feeling like we're forced to be loyal to negative entities such as family members, cousins, uncles, mothers, fathers, grandmothers, etc., because we have a biological connection. Because there are strangers on the street who will treat you better than your own goddamn brother, than your own biological sister. This is just a fact. So I think that what black people need to do now is we need to reconfigure our relationship. I think that everybody who has a certain mode of thinking need to go in one place. Everybody who has a certain mode of thinking need to go in another place, and may the best intelligent person win. So I think that all the religious people need to take their ass over there. Everybody who want the vaccines and all that shit, go over there. Everybody who want the public schools and shit, go over there. Everybody who want to eat the meat and eat the McDonald's and eat the dead baby food in the McDonald's and drink the blood and partake in the rituals that you don't know you partaking in, go your ass over there. And I think that everybody who just want to be righteous and be free, come over here. You don't gotta strive to be no scientist. Everybody didn't come here to be intelligent. Some people came here to just love and contribute. You can't. The gardener is no more important than the goddamn physics engineer. And I say that because the physics engineer wouldn't even be able to live if the gardener wasn't planting food for him to eat and stay healthy so that his brain could function at the electrical capacity that it does. So I think that all black people who just want to do and live according to their spirit, we need to separate away from motherfuckers. And we need to stop being scared to tell people that we love the truth about themselves, because we feel like we shouldn't do that. And that's why we fucked up. And we talk about, I use police as an example all the time. We always say, well, you talking about the good cops. Where the good cops at? Because they never stop the bad cops. That's the black people. We can say the same shit. Where's the good black people? Because they don't stop the bad black people. We talk about all this shit. Nigga, we ain't never nowhere to be found when some shit happened to us by us. So I'm one of the most black power motherfuckers that I've ever known to exist myself. So that being said, I don't throw my people under the bus, but I keep it real. We can't keep doing the same shit that we accusing somebody else to do. So where is the black people at that want to live a certain manner? And why are we not enforcing this? See, we got to get out of this asking for shit. That's some slave mentality. Ask the master, could you do this? Ask the master, could you do that? Ask the magic, could you have permission to do it? Fuck that asking. We enforcing shit. We got to get to the point to where it's like, you don't want to stop selling drugs? Bust you in your motherfucking head. That's all we. That's what it is. That's what it's coming to. You don't want to stop putting your hands on black women? Bust you in your motherfucking head. We not playing no game. Anybody who want to live a certain way, here's the outlet. You take your ass to the white communities and you do that shit. If you're not gonna do it out there, you're not gonna do it here. We're gonna have to come to that point. If you want to hustle and you want to do all that, take your ass out there to the suburbs on them goddamn busy intersections when it's goddamn 4 lanes of traffic and sell drugs on that corner. You're not gonna do it on this goddamn corner. And if you're not willing to do that out there, then it shows even less respect that I have for you, because you was able to think twice about your actions when it came to doing it in the white man's community. But in your own community, you ain't have a motherfucking doubt in your mind about what you was finna do. So I think we coming to the point now where we got to say fuck family, fuck everybody. It's about the spirit. What is the spirit frequency that's inhabiting the body of the person that I'm talking to? If you a wicked motherfucker, you're going to the fire. You could be my mother. I'm speaking from personal. I'm using myself as a personal example. You could be my blood brother, my mother. I don't give a fuck who you are. If you are on some negative stuff, you're banished from my area. That's what black people got to do. That's the only way right now we gonna make a change. Other than that, it's gonna get worse. You think it's bad now? It's gonna get worse and worse and worse for a certain generation of black people, because the youth can only arise as far as the elders allow us. Period. And the elders is not allowing us to do what we do. And the ones that do what we do, we lack the knowledge and intelligence to go in the right direction. So we find ourselves in the streets or in one of these job positions like me and you just were speaking on in the beginning of this show, integrating into the European society to reestablish and reaffirm white supremacy all over again.
Mm-hmm. I agree. But it's hard. It's hard when, the same people that are around you, you have to depend on them for things. It's easy to do. It's easy to say, okay, you're going to have to get the hell away from me with all that bullshit. But then you have to go back and ask them, oh, can I borrow a few dollars? Because, I'm fucked up right now or whatever. So we got to do a lot. It's a lot that we have to do as people to get our shit together. So
that's a fact.
I don't know. It kind of fucks with me emotionally, a lot. The state of the black people in America and the state of black people everywhere. And I was just, before the show started, I was just talking to my engineer, and we were talking about, how the white people in my city where I'm at, they want to police us. But they have one of the biggest games in the country, which is the Florida-Georgia game here in our city, but they don't have nearly as many police. And shit always go down. Always. Somebody's always getting hurt, getting stabbed, getting something crazy always happening. But for little things that they have in our parks here, they want to over-police people, pat people down to get in a park. And we were talking about, how psychologically, when you look at all those police, it make you feel some type of way, and you think it's a setup sometimes. If you want some shit, you think it's a setup. You think that maybe they're surrounding you with a certain situation. That's why all these cops is here, and mentally it's a game that they play. It's a game that they play with us, and some people fall for it, unfortunately. But we were talking about that just prior to the show, how it's just fucked up.
In the game, the Florida game that you named, it's an all-white game?
It predominantly.
Good. Let them kill their motherfucking self. I hope they don't never get no I hope they'll never get no goddamn police. Leave it alone. Keep turning the blind eye to that shit. See, sometimes the negative is a positive. This is what I'm trying to say. We got the advantage. Good. See, and when it comes to us, when it comes to black people, that's our fault. You know why it's our fault? Because we ain't got to go to no goddamn park.
Nope.
We could stay in our communities and come together like and have a block party. See, we don't got to go to no park giving these Europeans no motherfucking money. We can't be mad that that's like if you come in my house and let's say I start cooking chitlins and chitlins stink. You have no right to complain about the scent of my house at this time because you in my shit. So if you want things to be your way, you need to create an environment that you can control or go home. So now why am I making this point? Motherfucker, we the ones who want to be citizens of America. We the ones who want to be a part of this shit. So when the Europeans say, okay, motherfucker, you want to be a part of my shit, I'm going to treat you the way I've been treating you. Now we want to complain.
Right.
What the fuck is we mad at? What the fuck is we mad? You don't hear Russians talking about something. The American police was patting up. You know why? Because Russia got their own shit. African people is the only people who claim everything but us. We want to be Hebrew, Muslim, Israelite, more, this, that, and the third. All them fucking countries in Africa, the big-ass continent. Even America got all these different states, and the Europeans had enough common sense to unite them. So all the laws is different, the speed limits is different, the straits is different, the goddamn cities is different. Everything is different. The drinking age is different. The legal age to get married is different. You can go to Las Vegas and buy a fucking 8-year-old. All kind of crazy shit. You can do all kind of crazy shit in America, but America remains united. We know that Las Vegas is a totally different city than, let's say, somewhere like Texas or somewhere like South Carolina. The law, everything, the criminal activity, everything is different, but yet they're the United States. Black people, we have all these different civil, let's say, communities around the world, not just in America, and we can't unite on shit. We can't even agree on motherfucking a lie. We can't even agree on a lie. We can't even agree on the Bible. So with that being said, it's our fault. It's our fault. It's our fault. You don't want police harassing you. What the fuck is you doing supporting them?
Right.
Then when you say, well, Pharaoh, how are we supposed to now support the police? Bitch, stop going to work and stop paying taxes. That's how you stop supporting them.
Yep, and they have to get right real quick.
Yeah, what you talking? So it's like I don't understand. We have the power to. I never met a race of people who had such an easy way out and didn't take it. See, when you look at any other race of people, they fought. Black people, we fought too. See, they don't tell us about the Gullah Wars, where over here in America, Africans fought their way out and freed themselves, and Abraham Lincoln tried to act like he freed us. They don't tell you about that history. But the point I'm trying to make is today, we've had it easy. I don't give a fuck what nobody say, because I've never met a country that oppresses its own people and gives them food stamps in Section 8. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on now, what the fuck? Like, you get WIC, all like the white man giving you, he feeding your baby.
Right.
He feeding your baby. And he hate the goddamn baby. So it's like, you can't go to Arabia or Syria and them motherfuckers ain't getting no WIC. Them motherfuckers is getting grenades in their house. So, you know what I'm saying? They're not getting no goddamn food stamps. They're getting blew the fuck up. Motherfuckers running their house with suicide bombs blowing their ass up from their government.
Right.
So, we can continue to complain, but we really just being stupid and we being soft and we're being ignorant because we have the easiest way out.
And
all we gotta do is stop. It's like I'm to the point now where I'm like, you know what, black people, I don't know what the fuck else to say. If we want to fight, we could do that too. But the point I'm trying to make is we don't even have to do that. All we have to do is stop interacting with the person. It's like if you don't like your neighbor, you don't never go to your neighbor's house. It's that simple.
Right.
Oh my goodness! Like, if you're sick of America, stop fucking with America. I don't understand what black people don't understand. Stop going to work. Stop paying taxes. Stop going to places white people want to live. Because we talk all that shit about the white man this, white man that, and you get some money and you run and move your ass right next to the white man. Mm-hmm. You talk all this shit about, I want my kid. I don't want my son growing up to be no criminal. And then the single mom move her ass right out in the white neighborhood around the motherfucker who the reason she's a single mom. Because he's a white man and created a criminalized society that took the black man out your life. And then you're going to put a black man in the midst of him and all his shit. So it's like, we got to stop. Black people got to just stop. We got to stop with the foolery and stop engaging. If not, I don't even feel bad. I'm telling you, I don't feel bad. When I see shit like that on TV, I be like, look at them dumbass niggers with an E out. Niggers. And they getting everything they deserve. I say nigger now. Sometimes I be like, I gotta stop myself because I be like nigger. And you know what would make it even hurt more? I can only imagine what the white man think. Yeah. See, you think he don't know what he doing. He know what he doing. Mm-hmm. So imagine the white man that's just like, look at all these niggers still trusting me. Look at all these niggers still allowing me to feed them. Like, these niggers still eat out of my hand, and they don't even got no shackles on no more. These niggers let me clothe them, feed them. I tell these niggers anything. I tell these niggers, it's a new disease out. These niggers bring me their children and let me vaccine their children. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, and we don't think like that because we don't think that he's the enemy anymore. See, it's like we so diabolical with each other. We be 2 steps ahead of each other. You break up with your boyfriend, or you break up with your girl, you be on it. Oh, she put this picture on Facebook. She trying to do that. We read all the subliminals. We call them motherfuckers. So what that status was about. So we be up in the, you know what I'm saying? We don't let nothing slide with each other. We be on each other here. But as soon as it come to him, it's like we just naive. Like, this motherfucker is not trying to kill you. Like, I just trust him.
Everybody just surrenders. They fucking surrender.
Yeah, so it's just ridiculous, So I think niggers need to go where they want to go, but just leave us out of it. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Nigger get harassed by the police. Nigga, that's what you... Then stop going to the function. Stop going to European functions, then, motherfucker. If you don't want to get harassed by the white man, stop doing anything that supports his harassment. Right. Period.
But when you put it in that perspective, like, you can't do nothing else with that information but either go there and prepare to get harassed or don't go.
That's right. We need to stop. That's right. And that's why I am who I am, because I don't give a motherfucker an excuse or some shit that tastes good to your spirit or something that leaves room for your ego to ponder. I'm gonna tell you like it is. If you don't like the shit, don't eat it. I don't want to hear no but my mother made it. Well, your mother can't cook. I ain't gotta tell you. I ain't gotta tell him that his mother can't cook. There's ways for me not to eat this. I can say I'm sick. I can say I'm not hungry right now. You know what I'm saying? I can say I already ate. I don't gotta be rude, but I don't have to eat the food. So with black people, it's like, come on, man, we don't gotta eat the shit white people keep cooking. Come on, we don't gotta keep eating America's dinner. So,
we don't. The sooner we come together and do our own shit, the sooner we can get out they shit. And that's
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna be homeless, dead, and starving on the side of a ditch before I let the European allow me to go against my own morals and principles just to live. because I'd rather die with a righteous spirit than live with a wicked one that I'm making excuses for the shit I'm doing for.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, when black people get to that point, then we ready to be liberated. When we get to the point to where CNN is in the ghetto and they talking about 11 motherfuckers today died from starvation. Why? Because they stopped selling drugs and they couldn't get a job, but they refused to destroy their own people any longer. Then we gonna make some motherfucking changes.
Right.
But until we get to that level of honor in the community, we gonna keep going right to the devil, because we trying to be the devil too. We just want to be a toned down devil. See, we don't want to be big devil, but we want to be little demons running around in a hellish society. So it's like, man, we black people, we have to. I'm telling you, we got to activate that African spirit. We got to activate that spirit to where it's like, if I have to destroy another black person, or what I'm doing goes into the negative contribution of another black person, whether it be woman, man, or child, or elder, I'm not fucking doing it. Then we gonna make some changes.
Right.
Then you gonna see some change. But until then, you know, niggers is gonna keep getting harassed that part. They're gonna keep getting harassed that part and wondering why. Why you harassing us? Why you paying me to harass you, stupid?
That you sure right. So my next question for you is, like, when I'm online, I'm watching YouTube videos. You know, I listen to your videos. I listen to Polite's videos. I listen to Sarah's videos, Sarah Student Steady. I listen to his videos. I listen to a whole lot of people, you know, that are talking that conscious shit that I like, you know, that I need, that feeds my spirit. But what happens when, you know, chaos is among the conscious community? Isn't that the way that they were able to infiltrate and kill off our, you know, conscious leaders and our black leaders? Isn't that the way that they were able to do that? And do you think that it's ever going to be to the point where we could just all pretty much, well, I guess that's the overall goal here, is to get to the point where all black people are kind of united and we stick with one another. But I think the chaos kind of gets in the way. So how do you think that the chaos is aiding to anything?
All right, I think it's all right. I'm gonna answer that in three parts, and I don't want it for me to end. I don't want to forget that you said, how do I think it's aiding? So if I ask you again with that last question, remind me of that. Okay. For one, I don't consider myself a part of no damn conscious community, and I say that to say this. I don't consider myself a part of anything that I didn't start.
Right.
Period. So I didn't start the conscious community. I don't know who the fuck did, and I don't consider myself a part of it. If my name happened to come up around it, or if a video surface around it, that's good. That means somebody learned something. But other than that, I don't consider myself a part of the conscious community. Now, why would I not consider myself a part of the conscious community? Somebody might ask. Because your job as a teacher is to teach people who don't already know what you're teaching. The conscious community, if it was so conscious, should already have the intelligence and the means to uphold itself. Mm-hmm. So, that being said, I'm not worried about motherfuckers who can take care of their own goddamn self. I'm worried about people who cannot. So Young Pharaoh would consider himself a part of the unconscious community. I don't give lectures to SETI. I don't give lectures to people who already know. I give lectures to people who don't know. So my interest in the conscious community is at 0%, because y'all, for you to be a part of what is called the conscious community, you're supposed to already be conscious. You're supposed to already be trained to go.
Right.
So that's why my interest is at 0 with the conscious community. So I don't want nobody to never say, oh, Pharaoh be hating on the conscious. I don't give a fuck about the conscious community, because it's already supposed to be conscious. So what the fuck what am I contributing to somebody who already supposed to achieve that state? What am I worried about you for? I'm worried about project kids, okay? I'm worried about the little kids in DFYs and group home and the single mothers that's like 14. That's what I'm worried about. So I'm not worried about the conscious community. I'm worried about the people that the conscious community have forgotten it exists. Because one thing about church people only exist to other church people. Church people don't give a fuck about no youth. And church people be in the church talking shit about the youth and can't name 5 youths.
You right. You are
church
absolutely
people be
right
in church,
about that.
Yeah, they be in church talking shit like these kids out here acting a fool. Name 5.
You
Name
can't.
5. You can't fucking do it. You don't even know The motherfucker that got killed on the news last night. All you know is a young kid got killed. You don't know him. You don't know shit. So that shows you that they not involved with the conscious community. Now, with the community, if I ask 5 motherfuckers in the conscious community right now, name 5 kids right now. Name a young man that just caught a gun charge. Name a young woman that just got pregnant. Name a woman that's getting beat on her by her husband. And name one black man that's just been framed for a crime in your community. We ain't talking about on the news. We talking about within a 10-mile radius of you. None of them motherfuckers could do it. So what the fuck is I'm worried about y'all for? Y'all not even worried about nobody outside of what y'all own congregation got going on. So that's why Young Pharaoh keeps himself set aside. So that being said, because I can name 10. I deal with kids. I deal with motherfuckers. I donate to single mothers, all kind of shit. So I get involved with the community, whether motherfuckers want to put it out there or not. So I'll go toe-to-toe with anybody on do I interact with the community or not. Now, with that being said,
I can attest to, I've seen videos where you were accepting emails of people in other communities outside of yours, about, for women who may be pregnant and, going through, and you had your stipulations, you wanted to make sure that you were actually helping somebody. But yeah, I can attest to that. Totally.
Right. So outside of that, coming back to the other point, I think the conflict is good though, because I'm gonna tell you why. It exposes people. Yeah. See, when we talking about leadership, and I hate the word leadership. I think that you your own leader, You your own leader. A tree doesn't look to another tree to learn how to grow.
Right.
So what the fuck is we doing? What the fuck is we doing that for? Only thing we supposed to be doing is saying, you know what? Goddess, from me to you, I learned something that you may not have came across. Here's the information. Because it's shit that you know that I don't know. So I don't have to sit down and learn from you. So that being said, every tree is not the same, but yet no tree looks to other trees to learn how to grow. They already know. They grow in their own fucking way. Mm-hmm. And they contribute to the planet Earth equally but differently. So that's the science behind African people. We so different, but yet we all contribute to the same thing just individually. So we got to stop the ego shit. But coming back to the point, yeah, I love the conflict. And I love to be a part of the conflict because I'm gonna keep cracking niggas' heads when I feel you being unrighteous to the people. See, I don't really attack people on what they teach. That's not what I do. You don't see me doing that. You don't see me saying nobody's name. I crack. The only time you're gonna hear me bring somebody up is when you being unethical to the people. Right. See, I don't really going on motherfuckers like, oh, you a Christian? I don't give a damn. We know that that's a lie. You don't know that that's a lie by now. It's too late. But if I find out you stealing money, if I find out you molesting women in your audience, if I find out you're getting over on the men, that's when Young Pharaoh come and expose you. So I think the conflict is needed because how else we gonna know the serpents that slither among us? You won't know.
Right. I think accountability is something that is missing from a lot. People think that they can just do what they do out here and, whether you fucking people over or not, you have to be accountable for the good and the bad. But
they could, though. They could until someone else of equal power challenges them. So it's just like the police. The police can keep killing and lying because you're not a police. When you go to court, 90% of what the officer says is already assumed to be a fact because he's sworn under oath. That's a lot of people don't know that. So that being said, this is why they started doing DNA testing because police was planting guns on motherfuckers and saying he had it and motherfuckers just going to jail. So with that being said, in this conscious community, if somebody who's not a power figure, such as myself, don't speak on another so-called leader, then the shit they doing gonna just keep getting. They gonna keep getting over because I'm not checking it. Once again, I'm gonna turn into by default those good cops that we never see jumping when the bad cops is doing shit. So I love the conflict. I love it because it shows the people that we ain't going for that shit from y'all, and we damn sure ain't going for that shit from each other if you somebody who's considered a leader, which I don't consider myself a leader. Mm-hmm. So, the conflict is needed, and people got to stop being scared of that shit. That shit come back from slavery. Once again, slave master come in your little barn, rape your wife, you be trying to kill him, and everybody be like, no, don't just let it go, just because they don't want they scared of confrontation. Right. So a lot of people right now, you might be like, oh, this motherfucker robbing the community, or he womanizing, or he did this, but don't say nothing because, God is God in the conscious community has become karma. Now, because motherfuckers know Jesus ain't real. So now everything is karma. Is karma going to get him? Karma ain't going to get a motherfucker. Because the European got the worst karma, and this nigga just growing. If that's the case, I'm going to start doing bad shit. if karma worked like that, I'm gonna start just doing wicked shit and just grow. So, karma has replaced Jesus, and I understand the science of karma, but I don't blow that shit out of proportion to where I think I don't never have to physically interject myself into the situation. Mm-hmm. So, conflict is needed to keep niggas in check on an equal playing field. So that's it's needed. Period. It ain't going nowhere, and if it is go somewhere, it ain't gonna go nowhere with me. Because every time a nigga do somebody wrong, I'm gonna check that ass every motherfucking time, on time, every day of the week. And the last thing, because I wanted to answer that. What was the question I told you to remind me of in case I forgot?
Why it's needed, why it's important.
All right, boom, there we go. So, I just answered it. That's crazy.
You did.
So, what we did, ending on that note, I think that, it is needed, period. It's needed, and it need not to go nowhere. If conflict ever leave the community for a righteous manner, you don't need to be in that community, right. Period. If you ever in the community and everybody not calling out the bullshit, you don't need to be living it.
Right, because there's no balance.
You might as well go join the goddamn Illuminati. That's what the fuck you might as well do. Because they doing all kind of shit, and everybody acting like that shit is not. They in there sacrificing kids, raping motherfuckers, Hillary deleting emails, killing motherfuckers. Her goddamn secretary found out she did some shit, come up dead. Another man, leak email, come up dead. They killing motherfuckers. Trump raping teenagers, and ain't nobody saying shit. So we might as well just go fuck with them. If that's the case, because they doing everything the fuck we doing.
That is a great segue, because my next question was actually your predictions on the election. And when I look at the last 8 years when Obama was in office, I didn't really gain anything, and I didn't really lose anything, me personally, from him being in office. So I can just imagine with a non-black person being in office that the shit's gonna fucking get worse. But what do you think is gonna happen, and what are your predictions?
I have two things I want to say. I'm gonna tell everybody right now, I hate voting. I would never vote because I know the shit don't count. But if anybody had to win the election, I want Trump to win. And now I know a lot of people might say, Young Pharaoh support Trump. Bitch, no, I don't. So don't even try that. But my thing is, why do I want Trump to win? Because I want racism to just be in the open. Just be out with it. So that way it's going to force our people to do something. See, the difference between slavery and Martin Luther King's era was nothing. Period. But you know why, when you're dealing with slavery, why you had so many Nat Turners, why you had the Gullah Wars, why you had that? Because this shit was in the open. So it forced black people to say, hold on, nigga, you my enemy. But now it turned into, you can come to our schools, but you got to get vaccinated first. You can come eat where we eat, but you got to eat this bullshit with this GMO. So they doing the same thing, but it's just undercover. So with that being said, I don't want a motherfucker like Hillary in there, because we know Hillary. If Hillary can delete 33,000 emails and don't go to jail, that means she really got some backing. So with that being said, she launched a nuclear weapon on accident and blew up a whole motherfucking state and don't get no penalty. So I don't want her in the bitch, because she gonna make white supremacy 20 times harder to fight than already. I ain't gonna do. Hillary gonna get a motherfucker killed. So with that being said, when it comes to Trump, I'd rather Trump be in there, because I'd rather you just call me a nigger. So I'm telling you, this shit sound crazy, but I'd rather just be outside and you just say nigger. Say it. So I can know, like, okay, I gotta bond with my people. It's time for us to fight together now. Because when you look at crunch time, every time black people was ever unified was under oppression. Even Martin Luther King, he was a Christian. Southern Leadership Council. All of them was Christians, but yeah, look how they came together because of oppression. But now look how far and ununified black people are because of the illusion of no longer being under oppression. You follow me? Mm-hmm. So my thing is, come on, Trump. Come on, baby. Get up in there, say nigger on CNN a couple times, pass some unjust laws, kill about 2-3 motherfuckers so we can manifest the spirit that we need. Yeah. But we're not gonna do it no other way. But now outside of that, my second perspective is, I honestly don't give a fuck what happened. And it sounds crazy. Listen, God, it sounds crazy, but I promise you I don't. Because you know why? I'm me. I know a motherfucker ain't gonna make me do nothing I don't want to do.
Right.
I bet that. I don't give a fuck about no murder. You could come to my house right now with 3 tanks and a helicopter. I'll be leaving out this bitch dead. So Well, me is like, if you was standing on your square and you stood for what you stood for, you wouldn't be worried about who the fuck they elect, because they would be worried about coming to my house. That's all they got to be worried about. See, they worried about who they elect. You worried about who they elect, and they need to be worried about who the fuck come to my. See, they can do what they want to do on this planet. Don't try that shit with me though. You're not. That's all I'm saying. You can go to any country. You can go to any country and try the shit white people like to try. Try that shit in my motherfucking house. And you might say, Pharaoh, you don't got no army. I don't need no motherfucking army. I got myself. So with that being said, look at Buddhist monks. All the nuclear weapons and shit going on. Buddhist monks ain't worried about that shit. A Buddhist monk wish you will come up in that goddamn monastery. You be leaving out that motherfucker with your arms where your legs is at and your legs where your arms is at. So why can't black people be like that? Why we can't be like that? A righteous community who lives how we wish to live. And if a motherfucker so shall come to try to usurp that, we going out. Even if we got to go out, I'd rather go out with somebody. You going to respect my shit. Right. I don't care if they come say, Young Pharaoh, we went to Young Pharaoh house, and that nigga let off 2 shots, and we blew his house up. The fact that I let off 2 shots is all you need to know, that I wasn't going for that. Yeah. So that being said,
but white folks ain't going to tell the story, right? So
that's right. But it'll get out. I didn't go. Even if they don't tell the story right, motherfuckers going to know Young Pharaoh wasn't with the shit. Yeah. You going to know you had to blow my house up. That's all you need to know. We went to his house. He didn't comply. We blew it up. Good. I'm good. I'm content with that. I'm content with that little two sentences in the history book. I'm content. So, my thing is, whoever the fuck they elect, it don't affect me, because I'm still gonna do me. I'm still gonna read. I'm still gonna meditate. I'm still gonna keep my diet, and I'm still gonna live as best as I can in a world that refuses to fix itself. I'm still gonna keep my connection with the ancestors. I'm still gonna understand the existence and the interaction of extraterrestrials and my experiences, and I'm still gonna be Young Pharaoh. And everybody else could be worried about what the white man doing, but that's because they not worried about what the fuck they should be doing. Because if you was, you wouldn't give a fuck. If you see me psychologically, I'm not an American. I'm not an African American. I'm not a citizen. I'm a spirit that's on this planet having the experience that I wish to have under the sun. So all of that shit is the Matrix. Once you understand that shit is the Matrix, how the fuck could you be worried about what's going on in it if you don't consider yourself a part of it?
You are absolutely right.
Yeah, that's like, motherfucker, I'm not the owner of goddamn Ford, so I don't give a fuck about the 2017 Ford Mustang that's coming out, because I'm not making it. Right. So if you honestly felt yourself as conscious or a black conscious person, how the fuck is you worried about who they choose in the election? They ain't gonna do nothing different this election that they ain't been doing. They been killing you, motherfucker. You worry about the election, and there's 3 police in your city right now that's gonna blow your goddamn brains out and say you goddamn had a goddamn toenail clipper, and they thought it was a rocket launcher. So we gotta get our priorities in straight. Black people, we always worry about the same. We worry about the wrong shit. Yeah. White people ain't doing nothing now that they ain't been doing. Motherfuckers talking about some martial law. To me, it's been martial law. It's been on a genetic level. Period. Martial law is a last resort for motherfuckers who, when we finally wake up and it's time to get it popping. But hopefully the sun eradicates these motherfuckers before then. But outside of that, black people, we just so scary. We just so scary. And it's another scare. It's like, you got to understand psychological. They picked these 2 people to institute fear into the masses. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling everybody, if this shit happened, I already made a video on the election.
Yep.
If ain't nobody, for those of you who might be listening, if you didn't see it, long story short, the video was about how they put Hillary and Trump up there, put 2 motherfuckers you don't want, and keep putting all this negative information out about them, but then not prosecuting them. And if you know anything about the European, he doesn't tell you nothing that he don't want you to know. So if he honestly didn't want you to know that Hillary Clinton leaked 33,000 negative emails, you wouldn't know that. Because Eric Snowden, all he did was tell you some shit you already do. He told you they was tapping your goddamn phone. Who the fuck didn't know that? You know how people went to jail for selling drugs over the phone? So we know they was tapping phones. And he's wanted for treason. But yet this trifling, nasty cave bastard hoe can delete 33,000 emails of CIA confidentiality and don't get a goddamn, she don't get nothing. She don't get a scratch on her car. That's because they want you to know that. They want you to have a negative perception on her. They want you to have a negative perception on Trump. So that way when they say, hey, would y'all like Obama again? All these stupid ass niggas gonna say yes. And if you don't believe me, I'm not throwing my grandma under the bus, but I'm gonna use her as an example. I just seen my grandma yesterday. I said, and my grandma, she never turned her TV off CNN. The shit live on CNN. So 90% of CNN ratings come from my grandma. The shit been on channel 44 since I was 8. I'm 23 now. The shit's still on channel 44. So I said, Grandma, what you think about the election? Just to tap into my grandma's brainwave process. She said, I don't like Hillary or Trump. She said, if Obama was running again, I would vote for him. I said, in my head, I said, Grandma, if you vote for Obama again, that's all they need to establish martial law, because a president must run 3 terms in order for martial law to be officially established. So they setting the shit up, man. And even if they don't go through with it, you know, everything is not in stone. They trying it. But black people, we so far behind, we cannot never see what's right in front of our face.
Yeah.
Period. Do you think?
I think that some people are using their illusion to vote, thinking that shit really matters. But I'm not finna go out there and waste my time. I ain't never voted. I didn't vote when Obama was in. I ain't gonna vote now. And I ain't gonna vote next term because I just don't believe
it. It ain't no next term for me. Shit don't exist to me. What the fuck is a president? What is that? Don't run me. I'm telling you right now. I run red lights. I run stop signs. I don't wear no seatbelt. I do what I want to do around this motherfucker. Man, shit. What? I be in Tops taking all the little candies. I do what I want to do. This shit sound funny, but it's the truth. I'm telling you. So if y'all ever see Young Pharaoh on the news, don't be calling me no bum ass nigga because you see me took an apple. I'm telling you now, I do shit like that. I will grab one, bite that motherfucker, and go right to my car. I do what I want to do around here. So with that being said, this is scary though. This right here about to get scary. Yeah. Remember when them Europeans, that militia took over that federal building in Oregon? Mm-hmm. What you think they gonna do if Trump or Hillary become president? Them motherfuckers didn't like Obama, and Obama ain't nowhere near as much as a puppet as Hillary. So that's some shit for niggas to think about. See, white people was ready for this shit. The motherfucking white people didn't have on no hoodies and fitteds. The motherfuckers had on military vests and AR-15s. And was calling other Europeans from other states to come join them as brothers in arms. And took over a federal building. So they not worried about your little funky ass trap house that got one way in and one way out when they run up on the motherfucker. See? That's what people gotta understand. You keep talking about some black revolution. Niggas ain't ready for no motherfucking revolution. You ain't never even been past your goddamn side of the town. Half motherfuckers ain't never been off the east side of their town. We talking about going in the woods and living for days and living off nature. We talking about a war. Put yourself in a state of war. You talking about landmines and shit blowing up. Motherfuckers is scared to get into a fight. You don't know what it's like to have 30 motherfuckers kick your door, flash grenades going off, babies blowing up. All you hear is gunshots. You're getting dragged up the hall. You don't know what that's like, okay? That's movie shit. That can become real. So I think black people need to really take into consideration that whether we ready for a revolution, white people is ready to have their own revolution against white other people. Mm-hmm. See, when you're dealing with civilization, every European government in history has fallen to their own European people. The motherfuckers in Greece, in Athens and Rome back in the day, the government fell to who? The goddamn citizens revolted against the crooked ass government. Europe had that big ass war where they burned everything to fuck, but they damn near Europeans damn near destroyed Europe. Damn near. Because, once again, an oppressive government. What the fuck they think about to happen to America? Every land that Europeans have ever governed within themselves, they themselves have revolted against the wicked versions of themselves and destroyed their own shit. So what you think about to happen in America? See, them motherfuckers coming out in Oregon, that was just a taste. That was just a taste of white people. All the motherfuckers who fight for the Second Amendment and the NRA, the National Rifles Association, them all white people. Mm-hmm. White people is sick of other white people's shit. So whether we want to or not, you can't control. See, we so focused on us. What we gonna do if a war pop off tomorrow and we didn't start it? What if white people started? What if 30 motherfuckers just allegedly tried to kill Trump yesterday? Now we don't know if that's a setup or not. But if it's real, then that's letting you know white people is, nigga, it might be martial law because of them. It ain't got to be because of us. White people is sick of their own shit. So we need to be preparing for anything. You don't know what the fuck gonna happen. If them same motherfucker, and none of them people was ever tried in court. So that mean the government respected their shit. You don't know if they told the government, listen, you take our people to jail, we gonna start killing motherfuckers. You don't know what they said. So with that being said, you don't know motherfuckers gonna run up on the white. You don't know what white people gonna do. And white people have already proved that they're crazier than any nigga on the planet. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, you don't know what they gonna do. These motherfuckers is shooting up schools and shit. So if some shit do pop off, we ain't prepared, and we always looking in the wrong direction. Mm-hmm. And white people is ready for a change against their own motherfucking self. And look at us. We've been oppressed by all different psychological different Europeans with different psychological states, and we still ain't ready for shit. Motherfuckers ain't even got no canned goods in their house. If right now if some shit happen right now where the government say, you know what, ain't gonna be no food for a week, y'all. Niggas ain't even got a little can of corn. They ain't got a little can of string beans. But they running their goddamn mouth.
That is terrifying. That thought right there is terrifying. And
yep, but a motherfucker got a $400 pair of shoes on though.
I bet they do.
Sure. Motherfucker got a motherfucking $100,000 car. Motherfucker got the newest mixtape out. So motherfucker, you and your listen how dumb you gonna look. Listen to this shit, Queen. You gonna be in your house, not you, but let's say another female. You gonna be in your house with a $200 weave sewing on, a $500 purse, a $10,000 car, some $200 nails, starving to death. How the fuck do you look?
Crazy.
How you look? Nigga, these niggas gonna be at home with $50,000 chains, $1.5 million house, 3 motherfucking $20,000 strippers, motherfucking a closet full of Jordans, 4-5 Glocks, starving to death.
Crazy.
So this shit crazy. Like, people don't understand how crazy this shit really is. The white man ain't even gotta fight these motherfuckers. All you gotta do is say, okay, you niggas talking shit, cut the water off, don't bring no more food, let them niggas get it how they live. Niggas, it's over. Mm-hmm. It's over. Fuck about no gangs. Motherfuckers, white people don't give a fuck about your gang. They don't fuck about you being no 100,000 deep. Nigga, you can't even generate your own food. You can't even feed your motherfucking child, nigga, without the white man helping you do so. So with that being said, niggas we got a long way to go. Oh, we got a long way to go. And then if we say, okay, Pharaoh, you know what? We ready to take back some land. Guess who out there occupying the land that we need to grow food on? Them same crazy ass white motherfuckers that took over that goddamn federal bill. So when you watch Duck Dynasty and all them motherfuckers be out there in the swamp with them guns, them the motherfuckers you got to go through next. Mm-hmm. And they got garages full of bullets and all kind of shit. So, and they ex-military and all that. You in the hood with your 38s, you don't even know how to shoot. So we got a long motherfucking way to go. And that's why I say I'm not a part of no conscious community. Because that shit is a joke. Mm-hmm. It's a fucking joke. Let's just be serious. And this is what I wanted to expound on. When you said something about the leaders, I wanted to say, you know what? You said, what do we do? You know, white people start using that to infiltrate our leaders. And what I wanted to say was, what leaders? What fucking leaders? We don't have no fucking leaders. Even me, myself. I'm trying. Don't get me wrong. I'm trying. But you don't see me on CNN hold no motherfucking press conferences. I will if I ever get the chance. But you don't, what the fuck is we doing? We ain't, what the fuck? Like, let's be real here. When we was, see, right now we dealing with intelligent bitch niggas. That's what you have. You don't have leaders. You have niggas that's trying, like me and Cyrus, Sue, and Seti, but we not really there yet because, well, we where we supposed to be. Let's put it like that. But for the most part, you got intelligent bitch niggas. You got niggas that can recite the whole motherfucking dictionary to you and then won't do shit for your community but try to rob you or say some fly shit. That's it. Niggas ain't got no intentions on fighting white supremacy. These the same motherfuckers out here talking about all lives matter. So with that being said, if we go back to Malcolm X, Khalid Muhammad, you can say what you want to say about them. You could, they didn't know about, if you compare half my YouTube to the mind of Malcolm X, he didn't know about half the scientific shit I spit, but he was putting in work for that community though. I bet you that. So when it comes to leaders, if the government kill all the leaders that you think we have now, we're gonna be right where we at now because they ain't doing shit. And guess what? That's exactly why the government ain't start killing motherfuckers.
I can't. See,
that's why they ain't start killing motherfuckers. And I don't mean to waste my time. I'm not wasting my time. I don't mean to downplay our people, you know. I don't want nobody feeling like, but it's the truth, man.
It is.
And they ain't killing. What the fuck is niggas doing? Arguing on the corner, nigga. They ain't worried about your stupid ass.
They not. They really not. They are not. You pose a threat when you hit them pockets, but until then, they ain't worried.
Yeah. Them motherfuckers killed Martin Luther King. He was the most peacefulest nigga we know. And exactly what you said. He was bringing the people together, hitting them pockets. He finally woke up, realized there was more to hitting the pockets, leave the white man alone totally, and they killed his ass.
Yep.
Because he was actually forming manifestations through the use of the people. Niggas today ain't doing shit but running their fucking mouth on YouTube, talking shit on the corner about white supremacy, and then go home and make a chicken sandwich and watch Love and Hip Hop. Same niggas. Niggas will tell you what the Bible say, God said, don't do this, and then do everything that they God told them not to do, and then some. So what the fuck? Like these niggas is horrible. That's why I stay to myself. Because I'm trying.
I mean, but it has to be a balance. You need them people. You need the people to do what you doing. Because if everybody was doing what you was doing, then it would be oversaturated. So, on one hand, yeah, they are horrible. But on the other hand, you need them because that's the niggas that you don't want to be. That's the example right there.
Yeah, I think that we don't need them. And I'm going to tell you why. Because the more you become exposed to something, the more you become conditioned. And once you become conditioned, it becomes acceptable. See, in the black community, you don't need crackheads. But they every goddamn where. So after a while, it don't even surprise you. Nigga walk up to you, ask you for $2. Before, you used to be like, who the fuck is this walking up in my car? Now you know his name. You be like, no, Bill.
So to speak.
Yeah, but not just that. You accept them as a part of your everyday life. See, ain't no crackheads in the white community. Let a motherfucking crackhead walk up on one of them cars on Doctrine Boulevard or some shit. Walk your ass up on one of them Benzes talking about, let me get $2. They calling the police, locking the door. Motherfucker might shoot your ass because that's not they don't accept that. So in the hood, we know, motherfucker. We be like, nah, Miss Brenda, like, not today. You know what I'm saying? So we don't get rid of it because we think it's cute. So all of these fake ass niggas out here, these fake ass conscious niggas, the fact that we letting them rock because we believe that you supposed to see wrong in order to know not to do it, that's a motherfucking lie. Because the more you see something, the more you accept it. If you never seen some shit, you will be against it. For example, if I go outside every day and niggas is shooting, and I keep showing my son, that's what you don't want to be. After a while, he gonna be like, well, it don't really matter because, nigga, it just is what it is. But if my son never seen a motherfucker get shot, and he get to 40 years old, and somebody gets shot in front of him, his reaction to stopping it will be way more affirmed than it would be had he seen it for 40 years versus never seen it. You following me?
Yeah.
So for fake ass niggas out here running their fucking mouth, not doing nothing, that should not be allowed.
You're right.
Because
when you put it in that perspective, it makes absolute sense. And
that's right.
And I agree. I agree with that.
We should have a community, right? Because we should have a community to where it's like, hold on, bro, you're not doing nothing for the people, but you got the power to do it. Like, nigga, that's unheard of around here. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you putting your hands on black women? Like, nigga, we ain't even heard of no shit like that.
Right.
Like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, nigga, you got to get it. Like, we got to get you out. Not no, oh, yeah, her boyfriend beat her baby father beat her, he and I beat her. Oh, I mean, black men, y'all need to stop that shit. That's all we doing now is giving advice. Y'all need to stop that shit. Black women, y'all need to, you know, y'all queen, stop letting niggas treat you. No, we need to get 30 niggas that go on every block and ask a black woman, did somebody molest you this week? Did somebody touch you? Where he at? We finna stump his fucking head off. That's what's happening. That's what we need to be doing.
We do need to be doing that. We do.
That's what we need to be doing. Did somebody molest you today? Where he at? I don't give a fuck if he at work. We gonna walk in his workplace and snatch that ass right from behind the desk and beat the shit out you. And let it go on. This is what we want. We want to get known for this. I want to be on CNN. So when they say, what y'all are charged with assault, what happened? We cleaned up our own communities. And when I get back out of jail, I'll be doing the same motherfucking thing again. So beware. We need to get to the point to where we are physically enacting on what we spiritually know to be right. Period. All of this just letting shit happen, letting niggas run their fucking mouth on the corner, getting money, but not doing shit. And I don't got no problem with somebody making some money to finance themselves. I don't go fuck about if you become a billionaire. My thing is, if you are not giving back to the people in some type of way that you are prospering from, nigga, you're wrong. You're wrong.
You can't.
Nigga,
that's
wrong.
like exploitation, and you can't do that. If you getting money for us, with us, from us, then how dare you not help us?
Bitch, we should rob your ass and damn near tie your ass up. That's what we should do. I'm telling you, we should. I think every pastor. I ain't gonna say it. They gonna say I'm inducing violence. I ain't gonna say it. But you know what I was gonna say.
I know
you
what
know
you're gonna say. I'm with you.
Every pastor should be seen. Period. Nigga, I think we should start making that motherfucker pay tithes. We should. I'm telling you, because why that nigga don't pay no tithes? We should be able to calculate how much money he keep out of the tithes that we pay. How much money do he get off the church? How much grant money do he get from the United States government? Because a lot of people don't know that churches are owned by the government and are funded by the government. So we should be able to calculate how much money go in his pocket and take 10% out of that and make that shit go in the tithes without shit. So with that being said, you know, we should start holding these motherfuckers accountable. Just like you said, accountability. I don't want to be a part of no shit where there ain't no accountability. Because if that's the case, it comes right back to the initial point that you made earlier. We might as well join the motherfucking white man.
Yep. That
nigga get caught on Black Wall Street washing drug money for foreign countries. Don't a motherfucker go to jail? You don't even hear about that shit.
No, you don't.
You don't hear about shit. We hear about the shit they do 5 years after it's done. Like, shit'll come out like this motherfucker was caught 7 years ago washing money, but the nigga, like, it's so old now.
Look,
nigga,
or they making movies about it.
Exactly. So it's like, man, get the fuck out. Get the fuck. Black people, we a fucking joke. We're a fucking joke right now. And I love my people. And I love my people that they know I love them. And they know I ain't talking down. But like I said, we a fucking joke. And we need some tough love. And you might say, Pharaoh, why you talk so hard on black people? Because you don't build soldiers talking nice, okay? When you go to the military, they don't be like, please get over the rope. You know, please. No, they be like, get your goddamn ass over that motherfucking wall. So after a while, you know, you get tough. This is why kids in the hood so tough. This is why you tell her, you go on the, catch a little black boy in the suburbs and be like, shut your ass up. He gonna be like, he might start crying. Catch a little black boy in Chicago and tell him, shut your ass up. He gonna say, bitch, you shut the fuck up, bitch. You gonna be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? He gonna cuss your ass out because his environment produced a fiery spirit. Now, I'm not saying the environment is right in the way it did it, but I'm just giving you the science.
Yeah.
The language, everything. That's right. Just like play fighting with your kid. You're supposed to play. When I don't agree with moms be like, y'all stop playing in my house. No, you go in there, you go outside with the shit, but slam each other, fight each other, because that cultivates the warrior within you. If you don't want to let your boy be a boy, he ain't gonna be a boy. So the point I'm doing with black people, this is why I keep it raw, because you're not gonna wake motherfuckers up and wake the spirit up of black people if you don't keep it all the way real. I'm not about to sit here and keep playing with motherfuckers like, oh, black people, we shall overcome. No, we fucked up. We worse than we ever fucking was. Martin Luther King ruined us with that integration shit, and it's now or never. If you don't do it now, and we're not talking about black people all over the world, because you can't kill all black people. At the end of the day, we the alpha and omega. We will be the last. I'm talking about specifically right now. Niggas, today, it's a wrap. You going right with the white man. See, the white man is on his way out the door. But what niggas fail to realize is you on your way out the door with that motherfucker. So, what? You know what I'm trying to say? When the feds kick the door, the drug dealer don't just go to jail. The drug dealer wife go to jail too. Because even though you're not directly involved in the drug trade, you ain't say shit. You the one with the mink coat on in the Lamborghini, so you was profiting too. Mm-hmm. So when the European, with his wickedness in America, because this is modern day Babylon, when this shit fall and this shit hit the fan, niggas is hitting the fan right with the motherfucker because you was supporting the shit. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't really know what black people want me to say to him at this point in time, you know. I don't know, you know. Happy birthday, you know, have a good memorial. You know what I'm saying? Happy 4th of July for the... I don't know what they want me to say. I don't. So, all Young Pharaoh can do is what Young Pharaoh do and stay out the bullshit and just hope, you know, a motherfucker don't make me show him that I'm not with the bullshit, because I'm not. So with that being said, you know, I'm not with the bullshit. Black people, wake y'all ass up. Stop acting like you don't know what time it is.
Please. Period. Stay out their communities. Let's do our own shit.
And if you go in their communities, you ain't gotta fold. Like, what the fuck? Like, you ain't gotta go in their community. We be at home all day, like this motherfucker, and you get right around Samantha and be like, hi, how are you? Like, you know what I'm saying? So we ain't gotta fold. Ain't nobody saying be a heathen who don't have no intelligence.
Right.
But be you. Man, listen, if I don't give a fuck if somebody hit me in my head right now and I woke up inside of a mansion in the middle of a gated white community. Man, I have an RBG goddamn flag on my motherfucking porch. I mean, you would know it's black power in this fucking house. You would know. I'd be playing my lecture so goddamn them white kids would be outside playing hopscotch. All you would hear is Sarah Sue and Seti coming out my goddamn living room talking about these motherfucking crack. Like, you ain't gotta hide who you are.
You and don't, a lot of people, because they don't hide who they are and they don't give a fuck.
I was just about to say that because a motherfucker ain't gonna tell me nothing. Listen, I went to South Carolina. Shit was on my Snapchat. I went to South Carolina. I'm talking about on the way down to the motherfucker, they got Confederate flags all over the highway. Soon as you get down there, every building got a Confederate. Like, they letting you know, like, yo, like, it's just like when you drive through gang territory and the gangs got their shit spray painted everywhere. Mm-hmm. Oh, you know. Basically, if South Carolina could speak to me from an environmental point of view, basically what South Carolina told me was, when the street lights come on, be your nigger ass in the house. That's basically what it told me. That's basically what it said. So I went to the flea market. Everybody in there got on the, you know how they wear the black Dickies looking uniforms with the Confederate. Everybody in there got Confederate shit. Even the motherfucking, they got whole stands set up where they sell Confederate shit. And I remember I said, because I'm from upstate, I said, oh, I couldn't live down here. I'd be done beat the shit out of one of these crackers. I said it in the middle of, and the black people I was looking at me like, oh, don't say no shit like that. Because, but you know why? They wasn't scared, but it's the fact that it's normal to them. Mm-hmm. That shit ain't normal to me.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and I said, and I was like, I've been to snatch all these motherfucking flags down. White people was looking at me like, who is this nigger think he is gonna change something? And I'm like, man, y'all motherfuckers crazy. I couldn't live down this shit. You know what I'm saying? I could, and I was voicing it. So my thing is, black people have to stop, accept the shit, and start voicing shit. And if nigga, you can't change, throw your shit up. You feel me? If I go to South Carolina, it might be flags everywhere. I ain't strong like that. But I know when you come to my little punk ass house, you gonna see my red, black, and green. So that's all I'm saying. Black people, stop fucking selling out. Go to work with your African shit on. Go to work with your black guy, the black woman and guy buttons that go on the shirt. I wear them shits. You know what I'm saying? I wear my black power fist. I'm on parole, soon to be off. I go to parole with unks on, black power fist. My shirt say, I'm God, black woman God. My business is the black woman is God. Every time I go to the bank, and my white banker say, what's the name of your bit? The black woman is God. Fuck is you talking about? So we got to start putting it in their face. You know what I'm saying?
Because at the end of the day, they ain't going to do shit but talk about your ass, and that's it.
And I want you to do something, though. That's what what you going to do? What you going to do? There's nothing you can do. See, when you righteous in your spirit, it's a I can't really explain it, but it's a subconscious thing that white people do where they respect your shit. And I'm not making this up. I'm talking about when I go, I'm black power. Like, I don't gotta say nothing. Just everything I'm wearing gonna let you know. Do not say nothing to me. I don't even want to talk to you. Period. When I go to the gas station, I don't even go there to pump my gas because I don't want to talk. I just go right to the pump. So with that being said, it's crazy because when I go to parole, I'm in this motherfucker with niggas with gang tattoos, all kinds of shit. But when I come in, they say, good morning. I'm the only nigga in here who visibly you can see do not fuck with you at all. I got Egyptian tattoos. My shit say black power in this motherfucker. But I get the good morning. Niggas in here who Jeff and talk to the police and be, hey, you know what I'm saying? And they might not really be cooning, but they just have a relationship with Europeans. Dumb the niggas who get told, shut the fuck up, you're talking. I'm saying they get treated. So yeah. I'm just being real. White people respect your spirit when it's present because they know they fall in place. It's just like your kids. Your kids get out of line when mommy and daddy leave. When mommy and daddy in the house, you act a certain way. So when the African spirit is present, when a motherfucker know that you righteous, it ain't about being intelligent. It's different. When a motherfucker know you're righteous, they treat you different. Mm-hmm. Specifically white people. White people will not. They're not going to treat Trina how they treat Erykah Badu. It's not going to happen.
No.
It's not.
Because they'll be able to feel that aura. So there's no way. There's no way.
Exactly. So black people have to reestablish a righteous aura to where when we walk on this planet, you know, like, this is a God. See, we got to quit saying that shit and not believing it to be true. We got to quit saying, I'm a God, but then you feeding yourself pork. What kind of fucking God is you?
What kind of God that nobody serves on this planet.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the God that smokes cigarettes. What the fuck? Like, it's stupid. You can't even breathe. So it's like, dude, we gotta really embody who we are again. We gotta really establish it to the point to where it's like, don't come to my house at this time. I'm meditating. Don't do this. Don't do that. This is what I'm not going for. I'm the God. Period. And motherfuckers gonna respect it because at this point in time, white people have configured it to where they're not even forcing shit on you. They're just giving you what you asked for. Mind you, they tricked you to want the self-destruction, but they're giving you what you asked for. All white people care about right now is money. If niggas stop smoking cigarettes, guess what they would do? Take them off the shelf. That's it. That's
find
simple.
something else to invest in.
That's right. So every country in America every country around the world banned GMOs except for America. You know why? Because America the only motherfuckers who didn't say we don't want them yet.
That shit is crazy.
McDonald's is not even allowed in certain countries. Motherfuckers will what? Put a McDonald's up in one of these four countries. See, don't 10 motherfuckers get shot. So they're not playing that. I'm just being real. They're not playing that shit. So it's only in America they giving us what we asked for. If niggas start saying we don't want this type of music, like we don't give a fuck, we not even playing it, like you're not even getting the radio ration money, like you ain't getting shit. We not watching this shit on YouTube. Nothing. Guess what? All of these rappers will be gone, and they're gonna play what niggas like. So we have the power to change this shit without even getting violent. So it's no excuse for black people. All we gotta do right now is say, you know, and that's why they do statistics. If they start doing the statistics for grocery stores in the urban communities, and they say, God damn, 80% of the shit that's brought is non-meat product, is non-pork. Guess what they gonna do to make up for that 80% money? 80% of the shit in your store right now is gonna cater to your vegan lifestyle.
Yep.
So you can't say, oh, all the shit is in the white neighborhood. That's because the white motherfuckers ain't buying the shit you think they buying. They're not buying all that shit. They buy their bloody steaks and all that. Don't get it twisted. But white people ain't buying fried chicken. They're not buying ribs. They're not buying the shit niggas buy. They're not even buying the same seasonings we buy. So, of course, it's going to be a different selection.
Yeah,
shit.
like quinoa and spinach.
Right, exactly.
Cucumbers. Oranges. Real fucking food.
Right, that's right. Shit, because I tell people all the time, I bang on the beast hard. I bang on him heavy. But, motherfucker, I also used to work at Olive Garden, too, when I was young. And outside of bloody steaks that white people had buy that I've seen them eat bloody, outside of that, them motherfuckers in there buying salads. Mm-hmm. They don't play that shit.
Because they know what time it is. We the ones still eating bullshit.
I urge every nigga to do an experiment. Go find you a black girl in the hood. Ask her where does she want to eat and offer to pay for her food. I guarantee you it's some self-destructive shit. Go get you one of these white girls and tell them you want to take them out to eat. They're going to take you somewhere that got a $100 salad with 2 pieces of lettuce and a half a tomato. I'm telling you. That's how they eating. That's how they eat. It's the truth. Because they know, like, okay, I'm going to give a prime example before I turn it back over to you. 3 days ago, a meat truck pulled up to my goddamn house, right? And knocked on my door. But coincidentally, I was already leaving out to go to my car. So I got on my Black Nutrition Facts joint, my sweater with the melanin on there, all of that. Black powered out, walking out my door. The white man said, hey, he must have just assumed that because I was black, like, you know, I was on food stamps and all of that type of shit. Mm-hmm. But he said, hey, we accept EBT cards, you know, the food stamp card and this kind of third. He said, we got all kind of meat, start running down. I'm listening to him. I'm just letting him go. He's like, yeah, we got meats and chicken and steaks and everything. He said, and the good thing about it is we deliver it to your door. I said, you know what? I'm going to tell you 2 things. I said, for one, that's beautiful that you're out here trying to make a living for yourself. I said, but 2, I don't eat meat. I'm a vegan. Guess what that motherfucker said to me? What? He smiled and said, oh, shit, really? Me too.
Oh, shit. So you mean you selling shit that you don't even eat.
Exactly. But they going to show you that they going to give it to your stupid ass. So when the nigga said me too, I said, you know that's fucked up. The nigga started laughing. He said, then he started asking me specific questions like, hey, you ever tried this shit? Like the nigga started going into vegan meals. So they go to show you white people know what it is. Yeah. They know. They just giving it to you because that's what you want.
Mm-hmm. Just like America is giving you Trump because that's what we fucking deserve. This fucking country deserves Trump.
That's right.
And so I've always said that niggas disagree with me all day. I don't support it, but Trump is what y'all niggas deserve.
They better not ask me. The motherfuckers better not ask. I don't give a fuck if the Illuminati themselves say, you know what? We ain't gonna destroy. We gonna ask Pharaoh who should be the president. I'm gonna say, listen, y'all know I don't fuck with y'all at all, but put Trump in this bitch so we can get it popping with these motherfuckers. We ain't got no more plan. Put him in there like y'all want to do, and get your gun. I'm gonna get mine. So that's the go. So with that being said, it's like these people get it. They give you what you want, and then it's like if every black person whose house he would have went to before and after mine would have said they was vegans, the nigga would have came next week with a vegan truck. Promise. So it go to show, it's no excuse. It's no fucking excuse. It's no goddamn excuse. It's just no excuse. Period. Even with the hospitals, if we stop going to them bitches and saying, fuck it, bitch, I'd rather die. I don't know what the fuck is causing this headache, but I'd rather have this headache all my goddamn life before I take this 18-letter long word prescription pill that I can't fucking pronounce and let you tear my goddamn insides up. Or take this vaccine. Do you know how many holistic doctors will be in these goddamn holes? It'll be a whole new America. Motherfuckers will be in this motherfucker meditating in a hospital.
Yep.
So it's on us. It's on us. It's on us. It's on us. And I'm gonna keep it real. And don't put your faith in none of these niggas, because these niggas ain't doing shit. My thing is, if a nigga ain't got a military and he can't go to the United Nations and make some demands, the nigga does not deserve to be a leader. That's why I don't call myself a leader. How the fuck I'm a leader? I can't help you. And I'm being real. Young Pharaoh not degrading himself. I'm just being real. Only thing I can do for you is give you some information that you will never get again in your motherfucking life. That's it. But if you stuck on an island, nigga, you're stuck on an island. I don't have a Navy fleet. I don't have a fucking Air Force that's gonna come get you. So how the fuck I'm gonna be your leader? You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people just need to be self-righteous and admit that. Motherfuckers are so egotistical, ready to say, I'm a leader in the black motherfucking community. So if the feds come right now and say, okay, leader, we want you, niggas gonna be like, man, I was just teaching. Yeah, bitch, that's all you doing. So shut up and just teach and go on your way. You ain't got no military. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing for white supremacy. We as black people have to realize we are the military. And until we realize that, those of us who have broken away from the matrix should be humble enough to keep themselves as being teachers, and that's it, nigga. You're not no leader, nigga. Leaders can make shit happen, period.
I'm going to say this last thing before we get out of here. And I don't know, you just said military, and it's just made me think of something. So recently I just watched that movie called The Spook Who Sat by the Door. Have you seen that?
I've never seen the movie, but I've heard, I'm familiar with it.
I saw it on YouTube. When I tell you that's some fucking real ass shit, you should, if you ever have time, it's called The Spook Who Sat by the Door. You can find it on YouTube. That movie put a lot of things in perspective as far as a military, as far as a guerrilla army, as far as that, and how important it is to defeat or try to defeat systematic white supremacy.
That's right, and we got that. We can do that now.
We
Just
do.
like I broke down the Europeans that live in the woods, all through the South, the militias. I ain't gonna say shit. If anybody listen to this, go look up the definition of a militia, not a military, not a soldier, a militia, and then see if that's not you and every nigga that you hang with every day anyway. It's just we not organized and we don't stand for shit. At least them Europeans is organized and they stand for shit. This is our land. We not giving it to you. We holding down the Second Amendment right, and we living off our land. And we talk shit about them farmers and all these motherfuckers that's killing cows, but the motherfuckers is generating their own lifestyle. Period. And I'm not supporting what they do, but we talking shit about them motherfuckers, and they the ones selling us the nasty ass cow meat. So what the fuck? So we already, all these gangs, all these motherfucking guns we have the military potentiality.
Yep.
We just not organized. And my thing is, I'm not gonna be the one to keep telling you the same shit over and over. That's not what's gonna happen. See, I'm not Jesus Christ. Don't intend to be. I'm not gonna die for your sins. I tell niggas that all the time. I'm not gonna die for your motherfucking sins. I don't love you that much, nigga. I don't know you. I'm being real. This shit sound crazy, but it's the truth. I don't fucking know you, nigga. You might be. See, I tell you all the time, I don't know you. I love the people, but I don't know you individually. I'm not about to be like, let's say I might be walking up the street. Black man might get punched in the head. What you want me to do? Jump in the fight? Nigga, I don't know what you did. You might break somebody and deserve to get punched. You know what I'm saying? What you want me to do? All I can do is advise black people that they need to not be being violent. That's it. I'm not jumping out my car to break up two niggas fighting. That's it. Now, I'm not going to record it and be talking about some world star. I'm going to check it in my head and I'm going to say, look at these dumbass niggers fighting each other, and I'm going to keep driving. That's it. So I'm not going to engage it, but I'm not going to instigate it as well. And that comes back to, just being all around the board. I'm not about to be telling black people, y'all need to get together and get them. I'm not telling y'all niggas shit. I done said it already, motherfucker. What the fuck? What else you want me to say? Y'all need to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, That's it. If you don't do it, that's on you. I'm going to do it within my own personal life, though.
Right.
I promise you that. So, all I can do is preach and practice what I preach. If you're not practicing what I'm advising you to do, that's cool. But I am. So why the fuck I'm worried about if you're not listening to me, as long as I'm listening to me? That's all I give a fuck. As long as I'm listening to me, nigga, that's all I give a fuck about. So I'm like the exact opposite of a pastor, nigga. I'm trying to help you, motherfucker. I told you on the test, nigga, the answer to the number 5 is D. Circle D, nigga. If you circle B, nigga, that's on you. I'm not tutoring you after school, motherfucker. I didn't gave you the cheat answer. I didn't give it to you. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't really know what niggas want me to tell them at this point.
They're definitely not happy birthday. We thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you. Like, I think that a lot of people will put a lot in perspective, as I did, after listening to this conversation. And I just appreciate you for bringing the realness, for bringing you, and for being righteous, and for taking the time to do this with me. So I appreciate it. And last but not least, I guess you can let us know, what you got going on, what your plan, and then we'll get out of here.
All right, and I want to
and stuff.
That's right. November 13th, I'll be in Atlanta at the Lions Gate. I believe it's called the Lions Gate. It's in Stone Mountain. For information on that specific event, you can get it off my Instagram, which is Pharaoh_Allah. You can get it off my Facebook page. I have 3 Facebooks. My first one is Sandra Bland. My second one is Young Pharaoh. And my third one is The Black Woman is God. You can also get it off my Twitter at Pharaoh_Allah. Snapchat me, Pharaoh Allah. Or you can subscribe to my YouTube and get the information there as well, Pharaoh Allah. So, November 13th, I'll be in Atlanta. November 18th, I'll be in Detroit. November 26th, I'll be in New York City. December 2nd and 3rd, I'll be in Dallas. December 4th, I'll be in Houston. December 10th, I'll be in Compton, California. December 18th, I have a debate in New York City. Let me keep going. February 14th or the 10th. I'm not exact on that one, but the flyer will be out soon. I'll be back in California, in Sacramento. In January 28th, I have a hell of a lecture coming up in Chicago. You don't want to miss this one. It's at a museum in Chicago. I got a brother by the name of Young Stack. Some of y'all might know him as a local rapper. He doing his thing right now. He fresh about the streets. He got about 1 million hits on YouTube. This brother was able to come into his spirit and link with me. And he's going to help, promote this lecture, to bring the streets out, to bring everybody out who need to hear this message. So, we're going to have young, old, middle-aged in the building. We're going to have the gangbangers in the building. We're going to have everybody in the building. This lecture holds 445 seats. I want to fill them up with the people. I don't want nobody in here I want the people in here. And, we're going to promote this, and we're going to try to bring Chicago out for this lecture right here. This is called Tears on the Street. This is a lecture I made specifically for Chicago last year. I never performed it yet. I told everybody I'm not doing it unless I do it in Chicago. So you don't want to miss this one. I have a myriad of events. I can't get them all off my head. But like I said, family, if y'all go to any of them social media sites, you can definitely get the information. And last but not least, I want to say shout out to the goddess, for having me on here. I'm loving the energy. I'm loving the interview. This is the first, but it will not be the last time, family. So y'all can definitely expect more.
I will definitely have you back to Parley. So this is my show. I run the show. So whatever goes, this is my shit. So I thank you though, for real. I thank you for being available, and I thank you for responding to me when I reached out to you. You did not know me. You did not have to do this, but. I appreciate you, and I look forward to doing more interviews with you and talking about other things that are going on in this crazy ass world. So just thank you again.
That's right. We doing what the ancestors want us to do, and believe it or not, everything is in divine timing. And all the seeds that we have sowed will grow. And that's what needs to be the driving force of, what wakes us up every morning. Because I know, as much as sometimes I feel like it. What I've done yesterday was not in vain. If I say some shit and people don't listen, then I know they'll listen later. So, and I don't want black people to feel like, a lot of let me leave us on the pod. More than a lot of our people actually do take heed to the information and apply it. You know, so I don't want people to think our people are just trifling if you happen to just come across, you know, this interview. It's just a lot of our goddamn people is trifling, but not all.
Right.
So with that being said, you know, the seeds will grow, and we need to focus on the youth, you know, and I'm going to leave it at that.
All right, well, we out. Bye.
Peace.
That was so fucking awesome!
Parley with Destiny J.